Back with markets at noon, and we've spoken to earnings-related managements all through the day. So let's keep that going. And now on the show, let's welcome the management of Intellect Design. We have Mr. Arun Jain, the chairman and managing director of the company, joining us on the show. Mr. Jain, good afternoon, and thank you so much for your time. Let's talk about the quarter that you've seen. Your revenue has risen 16% on a sequential basis, with margins also expanding to over 21.5%. What has transpired this kind of growth in quarter four, and more importantly, this margin number, how sustainable is that as we head into FY27?
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me for this call with investors. So let me just take you that our business is annual business. So this growth in quarterly numbers are not material. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it comes down. But on 12-month basis, we've grown 23% year on year. That's more important story. And we are growing in the range of 15 to 20% over the last many years. And that's where the whole story of growth by design come into pictures, that Intellect as a company, we are building the story based on product by product and market by market. So we have a multiple suite of product which we take to market. Now the biggest suite of product, GTB business, which was there, it become 1,500 crore a business. Second business is it retail banking, consumer banking, software products, which has gone up to 1,000 crore. And third business we started in 21, which has come to 500 crore. So now these three businesses, when we started one by one, each one of them is growing from 500 crore to 1,000 crore to 1,500 crore. And our quarterly revenue is jumping from 500 crore per quarter, 600 crore per quarter, 700 crore per quarter, 800 crore. So this is a quarter we achieved 800 crore per quarter, and that's where the bigger jump has come in. And this we always told investors that our jump doesn't happen quarter on quarter. Our jump happens on it. Once in 3 quarters, the jump happens when we cross 600 to 700, 700 to 800 crore. So that's why the 16% jump, the 322% profit jump, those are the things which are, I think, need not be too much celebrated. What need to be celebrated is, can we grow this company to 20% year on year for next 3 years? Can my EBITDA goes to 1,000 crore from current number of 7 crore in spite of my investment in AI, which is the most significant differentiation we are bringing in a banking space and against competitor because of our early investments. So those are the questions we need to ask and relevant for the investor, because we invested. Normally we are three years ahead of the market on investing cycle. We invested in EMAC 3 years before in 23. We invested in AI 3 years ahead in 24. What industry is doing today, we invested in 2024. So as a tech company, so we have moved from product company to tech company now. And this tech company always is driven by how much is the lag between what you innovate and what your competitors is innovating. So Purple Fabric is that innovation engine which is driving our growth substantially in signing large deals, large banking deals over there.
Right, we'll talk about Purple Fabric in just a bit. Afternoon, Ashesha this side. And since you're talking about revenue and the fact that 20% is sustainable or not, that will be the most important question. Over the next 3 to 5 years, 20% CAGR revenue, is that sustainable? And 800 crore plus of revenue that you've reported in the fourth quarter. At the end of last quarter, you did tell us that 800 is the target that you're looking to achieve. Were there one-offs in the fourth quarter, or is this trend sustainable as we head into FY27?
And that's what we are saying. What is the last 3-year track record, that how the three businesses keep on moving up. So when you set up a product called wealth management solution, now initially it will be 50 crore business, it will go to 100 crore business, it will go to 200 crore business year on year. Because we have 8 markets, my America market now has grown 100% plus in last year. It has gone to 800 crore. So we are open in all the markets. We have 8 markets: Americas, Europe, Middle East, Africa, APAC, and India. So we are not dependent on one market so our dependency is not on one market, our dependency is not on one product. So that's what we are de-risking the company, so that our design of the business is 20%. I'm not saying we can achieve 20% all the time. Sometimes we achieve 15%, sometimes we achieve 14%, sometimes we achieve 23%. So those are market tailwinds or headwinds that we face, but the business is designed on sustainable basis to grow next 3 years, 20%.
Okay. And what is the update on Purple Fabric, the world's first open business impact AI platform? Can you quantify the revenue that you're generating from Purple Fabric? How much of that revenue is recurring, and how many customers have you added within this segment?
Yeah, so Purple Fabric Business Impact AI, when we launched last June, after that, we booked a total value 51 or close to 500 crore revenue has been booked over the next 3 to 5 years. Book revenue. We recognize 160 crore revenue in these books only from Purple Fabric. And then we are getting a benefit of Purple Fabric in driving our other licenses, which is the indirect revenue. So there are three streams. One is the order book, which is 500 crore. The revenue booked in the books is 160 crore. And what my banking products are getting a value that is not accounted for in the books.
Okay, so that's as far as Purple Fabric is concerned. But how has demand been from wholesale banking, consumer banking, and wealth and insurance segments? And have you seen any delay in large deal closures during the March quarter because of macro uncertainty or elongated decision cycles that we are seeing currently?
Yeah, there are 2, 3 deals were there which got delayed, which is coming up in this quarter. So that's why I think we are looking good going forward. So obviously, Middle East deals are getting impacted to some extent. So that's why we can't predict on quarter basis, and constantly we are mentioning investor to invest in Intellect for a 3-year perspective or 2-year perspective and look at the results from a annualized perspective. And that's the recommendation I also would like you to present, because quarterly results are not have any significance from a long-term investor in a product and technology company.
Okay. And also, if you could help us understand how much of your current pipeline is AI based, how much of it is still dependent on traditional banking transformation deals, and what's the outlook on AI and how you can incorporate that within your business in the next 1 or 2 financial years?
What we have done in last 3 years is that first we move eMAG.ai. We make the whole platform microservices based, headless platform, so that's creating a demand. And now with Purple Fabric, we embed on the top of it. So today, if I say how many pipeline is traditional, I would say almost zero traditional pipeline, because every product has a AI first embedded into it. We added knowledge layer into all the products, and that's what differentiating us in a marketplace to sell our products against big already existing product company from Canada, US. We are able to sell better because we have AI is an intrinsic part of any product we are selling out of Intellect umbrella. So as of now, to me, it's so much ingrained into the system. We are using AI for our internal development, which will bring the productivity and cost in coming years. So there is a double whammy advantage we can have it. There's double edge can be there for us. One is cost reduction internally, and on the other side, we are deploying AI in all the products which are going to market.
And are EBITDA margins sustainable? You had guided for 23 to 24% EBITDA margins on LTM basis, right, at the end of third quarter. Do you maintain that guidance?
Yeah. EBITDA 20-25% is there, so that's sustainable.
Okay, so margins are sustainable going forward, and you're very positive on Purple Fabric and the revenue outlook going forward as well. Mr. Jain, thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now and taking us through what the outlook looks like for FY27. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.